Yes, welcome. In this lecture, we will start unit number one, chapter number one. Okay, so what exactly chapter number one says? It is a small chapter, consists of two units. It carries around 8 to 9 marks in the final examination, like around out of 100 marks. Okay, 8 to 9 marks will come from this chapter, and hence it is very important. Small in size, high number of marks. Okay, so focus on it. A detailed discussion I'll be making in this chapter. Okay, so what is the name of this chapter? Nature and scope of the business economics. So nature and scope of business economics. And first unit is introduction. Okay, so let us understand what exactly business economics is all about. So we are into the topic called as business economics. Okay, where we need to understand business and then we need to understand economics. Then I will correlate both the things, business economics. Now what exactly business is all about? Okay, we all know. Okay, uh, in the process of business, like many things are there: manufacturing, trading, service providing, or or mining, banking, insurance company, everything will come under business only. Okay, and every business, its prime motto will be, okay, motive will be making some profits. Primary motive. Okay, I'm not talking about ultimate objective, I'm talking about only primary objective. It is profit making in the long run. Okay, so profits or wealth maximization is also another objective of the business. Okay, so business aims for making profits. Okay, for this they need to do something, that is nothing but they need to input something, and it should be processed, and then it will give you some output. Okay, so what exactly it is called as? What is input? What is output? Now, okay, under inputs we generally see factors of production. We generally see what? Factors of production. Land, labor. Point number 3, it is capital. And point number 4, it is management or entrepreneur. Okay. Okay, so these are the things we need to have. All these put together, we call it them as factors of production. Factors of production. So if these four are not there, believe me, you cannot even manufacture or you cannot even get this output. Anything in this world. Okay, when you want to produce something, these four things must be there. Okay, factors of production. We'll be having a detailed discussion of these four factors in chapter number 3 or 4. Okay, where all these things put together, when they are processed in different proportions. Okay, we take land, we take labor, we take capital, we take management, all this put together, when it is processed, it will give you some output called as goods or services. Goods or services. Okay, so business does transforms input into output called as goods or services, and these goods and services are to be for ultimate customer, say for example consumer, or for example producer, so what is called as consumer and producer goods? Okay, consumer goods are nothing but the final customer who uses the goods, whereas producer is nothing but, okay, producer takes the goods and he produces further goods. Say for example Mr. X or X Limited produced some goods called as some machinery, and this machinery is purchased by Y Limited, another company, and this company uses this machinery to produce another finished goods. So X Limited's finished goods are to be used by Y Limited to produce another goods, and hence this machinery is called as what? Producer good. So goods can be what? It may be consumer goods, it may be producer goods. Consumer goods are nothing but ultimate customer. Producer goods are nothing but one person buying goods of another person to manufacture his own goods. Okay, this is called producer goods. So business is all about what? It is the conversion of input into output. Input, various factors we take. We need land, labor, capital, entrepreneur to manage all these three. Okay, and hence it will be processed as and when required, and it produces the goods or services. Okay, and this is called as output, and these may be consumer oriented or producer oriented. Okay, don't worry, I'll be explaining remaining types of goods also later in the second chapter. Okay, right now the goods are classified into consumer or producer. Okay, services are not at all classified in such a way. I'm just talking about goods. Services are to be ultimately consumed by someone. Okay, he cannot further provide the service. Okay, I cannot take, okay, services for the purpose of further service. Okay, so and hence this is the discussion of business, and ultimate object of the business is what? Okay, it is in fact primary objective of the business is what? Profit making or wealth maximization. Okay, so every business works in such model only. Different forms of businesses may be there, maybe by way of bank, insurance company, banking company, mining company, telecommunication company, anything. Okay, it operates in this way only. Okay, so now let us talk about NPO. Okay, let us talk about NPO. What is NPO? Okay, not for profit organization. So it is also a business. Okay, where as per Companies Act 2013, okay, there is one act which we need to learn in detail in the later stages of CA. Okay, Companies Act 2013. Okay, where there is one section called section number 8. Okay, it allows a company to do charity. Say for example, there is an educational organization or there is a hospital. Okay, hospital or educational institution which is incorporated for the purpose of providing services to people. Okay, education service, health services they want to do. Okay, however, is it called as business? This is my question. Okay, this is my question. Yes, it is called as business, though the motive may not be profit making. However, when they charge some fees, okay, it is called as economic activity. It is called as what? Economic activity. So, sir, what is called as economic activity? Let us now try to understand. Okay, what is activity? Okay, all the activities we do can be divided into two parts: economic activity, non-economic activity. Sir, what is called as economic activity? Economic activity is nothing but, okay, making money. We do certain activity to make certain money. Okay, so in return we charge consideration. What is consideration? Something in return what we get. Say for example, if a doctor does some treatment, he charges some fees. Okay, so some monetary benefit is getting. Okay, monetary benefit is nothing but what? Money terms. Okay, so when we do something to get some economic advantage or to get some money, okay, so money value, then it is called as economic activity. Okay, then it is called as what? Economic activity. But when we do as a hobby, okay, or charity, in return you are not expecting anything, then it is called as non-economic activity. Say Virat Kohli, when he plays cricket, he charges some fees from BCCA. Okay, Virat Kohli, when he plays cricket, what? He gets some money. It is economic activity for him. But for me, okay, if I play cricket, nothing I am going to get. It is just a hobby. There is no economic activity involved in that particular activity when I play cricket. And hence, activities are divided into two types: economic activity, non-economic activity. Now, every business comes under economic activity only because they act for in terms of money. In terms of money. So monetary benefit they expect. The business will expect what? Monetary benefit. Sir, then why can you say, okay, section 8 company NPO as business? Because section 8 says, okay, a hospital or educational institution, they can do some business, they get money. Okay, when they get money, it is called as what? Economic activity. However, as per law, that money shall be again utilized for that purpose only. See, if I have a 100-bed hospital and that hospital is now in profits, and that profit shall be again invested in the same company, they may open new building now with another 100-bed facilities. Okay, so the money what we get will be used for same purpose. Okay, it is allowed. When it is allowed, then it is also called as what? Economic activity, because they charge money from people, okay, and they do some reinvestment as per law. Okay, and hence even NPO will also be classified as what? Business only. Though their primary motive may not be making money, their primary motive means their primary motive is what? Okay, social service, public service. But in turn, they can get some money, and that money can be utilized only for okay that charity itself. And hence, this is all the discussion about a business, profit organization, not for a profit organization. Both will come under economic activity only when they charge fees. Okay, and when it is economic activity, obviously, okay, obviously we need to some provide some goods or services to ultimate customer or producer. Okay, then we can get this goods or services only when these four are infused in this process. Okay, and in this process, you believe me, lot of things we need to learn. Okay, so the subject called economics is all about this process. It's all about this process only. So till now we understood one thing called as business, and now we'll go forward and discuss another area called as economics. Okay, so I'll talk about economics, and thereafter I'll talk about business economics also. Okay, so for the time being, you leave the topic called as business. Let us understand economics by way of simple example. By way of what? Simple example. Okay, economics. Okay, what exactly this economics is all about? Let me take one small example for you. Okay, it is book example itself. Your mother has given you some 1,000 rupees. Okay, so 1,000 rupees, and she asks you to spend that money. Now, what are the options you have? Okay, you have many options. You can go to a restaurant, or you can celebrate your birthday with your friends, and okay, you can buy a book which will never happen. Okay, you can save that money. You can do some other things with that 1,000 rupees. Okay, if you are given with these options, which option you will choose? This is my question. Okay, which option you will choose? Okay, if the same question is asked to me, then I'll say all the options. Okay, so I just need to enjoy, and if you give me that money, okay, I'll enjoy everything. Okay, every other option, whatever I have, I will utilize that option. Okay, but is it really possible to do all the options, sir? No, not at all it is possible. Because what is the reason? Because you have only 1,000 rupees, sir. Okay, either you can go to restaurant and spend all 1,000 rupees. Imagine all 1,000 rupees is exhausted. Okay, for each option. Okay, so either you can go to restaurant, or you can go to a movie with friends, or you can do some other activity, but all the things you cannot do. What is the reason for the same? Because the money what you have is okay scarce. Okay, it is relatively what? Scarce. There is scarcity in some resource, and you cannot do all the options at a time. Okay, now you need to do what? You need to select the options which will give you the greater satisfaction. You need to now prioritize the options. Okay, and in that option only, in that prioritized option only, you can go and spend the money. Similarly, if it is applicable for an individual, okay, this may be applicable for a society also, for a state also, for a country also, for the world also. Because lot of things they can do, but what is limited now? What is limited? Okay, in India, lot of production Indian government wants to do, but what is not possible? Because the sources are not there. Okay, labor are not there, capital is not there. Okay, when it is not there, the government is not able to produce what? The output, whatever it is required. Okay, so for everything, okay, there is some limitation in the resources. So whatever we aim for, okay, whatever the options we have, all the options we cannot be able to achieve. We'll be able to select the options based on the priority, and thereafter you assign the resources whatever you have. Now in this example, 1,000 rupees you have. Now this 1,000 rupees will be used for, if you ask me all these options, then I will choose one thing. I will choose what? I'll go for a movie. Okay, movie with my friends. So this is my option which I select because it gives you more satisfaction. Okay, so economics is nothing but what? The study of allocation of the scarce resources for the prioritized options. Okay, so this may be economics which is applicable for me, for you, or this may be economics which is applicable for entire country, state, or any society also. Okay, individual society, individual, okay, district. For everyone, economics is applicable. Okay, so scarce resources when they're allotted, okay, on a valued option is called as economics. However, what exactly it is called as business economics? The same concept of decision making, what to be chosen, where to spend money. Okay, so how to spend money, at what time we need to spend money. Okay, all these decisions when we take, okay, in the progress of business, then it is called as business economics. I guess you're all getting the point very, very clear. What is business economics? The process of decision making, or the process of allocation of the resources, okay, to aim profits or to get wealth, okay, when we do business is called as business economics in simple words. Okay, now you tell me, business and economics, I'll relate both the things. Okay, now business aims for making profits. Okay, to get these profits, there are a lot of decisions we need to take. Sir, what kind of decisions we need to take, sir? Point number one, okay, at what price, after I manufacture goods, at what price I can sell. Okay, I can sell, selling price. And point number two, as a business, I need to imagine how much supply I need to make, like how much manufacturing, how much output I need to make. That is the decision we need to take, because if I say example, if I manufacture 10,000 units, 10,000 units, but the demand in the market is only 5,000 units. Okay, remaining 5,000 rupees, what will happen? All the 5,000 units will be gone. Okay, so it remains idle. There is no one who can purchase this 5,000 units which is pending. Okay, then as a business, I need to take one decision, what, how much to produce. Okay, it depends upon what? It depends upon the demand in the market. Depends upon demand in the market. So as a business, we need to understand one more thing. Okay, we need to understand what? One more thing. Output, how much I need to produce. And output is based on what? Demand and supply forecast. Demand forecast and supply, what we do. Okay, so that decision we need to take. And so price is fixed, and output is also determined. Imagine. Okay, now to make profits, what is the next thing we need to consider? We need to consider the cost. We need to consider what? Cost. So the cost of manufacturing. So you always know one thing. Okay, when we manufacture something, we incur some cost. And ultimately, when you need to get the profits, what you need to do? You need to add profit margin, and then you need to sell the product. Okay, so this cost decisions, how much the cost should be, at what cost I need to manufacture. Okay, say example, I am running an institute where I can have what? I can have some teachers in my academy, okay, where I can pay them 20,000 rupees per month, or even 50,000 rupees also per month. Okay, so at what cost I need to run the institute? So it is called as what? Costing decision. Okay, so cost theories, cost analysis of in a business. Okay, then I need to take the decision whether I need to pay 20,000, whether I need to pay 50,000. So obviously there will be difference. When I pay 20,000 and I get some kind of input. When I pay 50,000 rupees, I can get some more advantage out of that. So the decision what I need to take, that is, okay, that will come under what? Economics. So costing decisions. Costing decisions. And there are many other aspects also. Okay, there are many other aspects. Say for example, the location where I need to start the business. Okay, say there is there is a country and a lot of people that are more than 85 or 65 age, and in that country it is better to have a pharmaceutical industry rather than selling cricket kits there. Okay, there is a manufacturing company which manufactures cricket kits, and it started its business in a country where the population is more than 65. So it doesn't work out. Where in that country, when we open a pharmaceutical industry, then it will fetch more income for them. So right location is also very much important for the business. So where to okay, keep that particular business. So it comes under location. Okay, and in which market we can sell. Different markets are there. Different kinds of products are also there. Okay, so some products are what? Okay, similar and identical with our competitors. Okay, when many manufacturers who can manufacture similar goods what we do, okay, obviously there will be huge competition in the market. Then we need to select the product which we need to manufacture. Is it a similar kind of product, or is it a new technology that we can implement, and is it a new product that we can launch? That we need to decide. Okay, and in which market? There are competitive markets, in okay, imperfect competitive markets are also there. We'll discuss these topics in chapter number 4 in detail. Okay, so we can make the market analysis also, where to sell, how much to sell, okay, at what price I can sell, everything. Okay, so all these decisions put together, okay, it is called as economics. It is called as what? Economics. And not only all these things, there are many other factors. Okay, not only these six, there are many other factors which will influence the business, which will influence the business. And this business needs to consider all these factors, okay, whether internal issues or external issues. So what is called as internal external issues? The business, when it wants to make some profits to achieve its objects, okay, it needs to consider the factors which will affect this business. The factors are divided into micro and macro. Micro and macro. So all the internal issues, okay, individual business. When I talk about individual business, it is called as the issues which will, okay, impact only the business internally. It is called as what? Micro. Okay, when I talk about aggregate variables which can affect the business, so total aggregate, so it is called as macro. Don't worry, I'll explain the details and difference between micro and macro also in detail. Okay, so what I'm trying to say, in a business, okay, there are some factors which will affect, okay, and it will affect the ultimate object of the business, whether to achieve or not to achieve. These are the factors which are very much relevant. And this decision making called as economics we do in business by considering these two aspects called as micro and macro. Okay, when I talk about particularly a business, now you tell me, okay, so the price of the business, is it an internal issue or not? Yes, the price can be fixed by the business. The output, how much to be manufactured, so okay, at what cost we need to do, at what location we can start, okay, what product we can manufacture, in what market we can sell the product. Okay, so all these things will be called as what? Internal issues only, which will directly affect the organization, okay, which will directly affect the organization called as business. And these are called as micro. And even so in this market we can have customers, okay, the customer behavior with us, the customer behavior, okay, if I raise the price, then how the customer is reacting with us, okay, is he really buying the product or is he ignoring the product because of high price? So this customer behavior theories, okay, consumer behavior theories will also come under micro factors only, because it will have direct impact on the business. So when I talk about particular individual or a particular business, particular organization, okay, or in fact when you are studying about a particular city, okay, all the things which can affect that city is called as what? Micro only. So in the microeconomic analysis, whether it can be an individual or whether it can be a, okay, a business, whether it can be a district or state or country, okay, country, all these things will be called as micro only, but all these things will have macro aspects also separately. Okay, say example, when I talk about a particular district, I'm talking about Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, I'm making the study of Visakhapatnam. Okay, the effect of Andhra Pradesh on Visakhapatnam is called as macro. Okay, the Andhra Pradesh will be macro for the district called as Visakhapatnam, which is micro. Okay, when I'm making a study of a country, okay, so say for example I am making a study of petroleum which is there in the country. Okay, petroleum which is there in the country, okay, it is affected by petroleum which is there in entire world, because we get petroleum from world itself, other countries only, and hence petroleum in the world is called as macro, petroleum in the country is called as micro. Okay, consider a small example. There is an industry called as X Limited. Okay, there is an industry called as X Limited which is situated in India. Okay, it needs some oil for manufacturing, running its machineries. Okay, to run the machinery it needs what? Oil, petrol. Okay, so now they need to buy petrol. Okay, when they buy petrol it is called as cost. Now they are making a decision, okay, when or this machinery can also be run by electricity. There are two options. Now out of these two options, the X Limited is required to make a decision whether to use petrol or whether to use electricity. Okay, so for this they need to check what? Cost. Okay, if the petrol is costing more, then they go with electricity. When the electricity is costing more, then they go with petrol. Okay, now you tell me, X Limited, when it wants to buy some petrol, okay, so it needs to pay some cost. Okay, and this petrol we can get from the government. Okay, when we pay some money, government will sell. Okay, imagine. So because in an aggregate, government will buy from the foreign countries. Will buy from foreign countries, and government will distribute all the petrol to various companies from where we can buy. Individuals can buy. Okay, so petrol which is the requirement of X Limited is micro. Okay, the petrol which is available with the government is called as macro. Which government? Indian government. Okay, so the price of the petrol for individual organization depends upon availability of the petrol with the entire government. So when I talk about availability of petrol in the entire government with the entire government, then it is called as what? Macro things. When there is lack of petroleum with the government itself, then obviously it will be costly for the individual organization. Okay, so this is our micro analysis what we can make depending upon the macro analysis, which is called as availability of the petrol with the government. Okay, why the petrol is not there with the government, sir? There may be one reason. Okay, there may be one reason. Let me explain in detail. There may be one reason. Government, because it needs some fuel, oil. Okay, it needs to buy from, say, imagine some other country like Dubai. It needs to buy from Dubai. So we need to make payment in terms of internationally accepted currency called as dollar. Okay, when the Indian government wants to buy fuel from Dubai, then we need to pay in dollars. Okay, so in India, how can we get dollars? Okay, in India we have rupees, but how can we get dollars to pay to Dubai? Then we need to do another thing. Okay, when we import, we need to pay this dollar to another countries, but when we export few things, okay, when we export few things, we get foreign currency. For example, we exported some mangoes from India. Lot of mangoes were sold. Okay, and there are some high reserves. Okay, in terms of dollars, high reserves in terms of dollars that the government is having. Okay, so because of exports, we get dollars inflow. Because of imports, we pay dollars. Okay, when exports are more, imports are less, then we end up having foreign reserves, foreign currency reserves. Okay, when we have foreign currency reserves more, we can use that foreign currency to buy fuel, which is enough for entire country. Okay, when we are not having the foreign currency reserves, obviously we will be facing some difficulty, and hence the government will encourage what? Encourage exports, discourage imports, because for the purpose of holding foreign currency reserves, which will be ultimately used by the government to buy fuel. Okay, now you tell me, the cost of the fuel for this individual organization called X Limited depends upon the foreign currencies what the government is holding for the purpose of payment, for the purpose of import of the fuel. Okay, I am talking about entire nation's fuel, then it is called as macro. Okay, if at nation level the petrol is not there, then obviously micro level it will be costly for the organization. And hence, before we take the decision of whether to buy petrol or not instead of electricity for our own organization, we need to consider the macro factor called as foreign currency reserves which are available with the country. Okay, so is it a right position which is there with the country to buy more oil at less cost? Okay, the availability of oil in the entire world. Now, when you come to India, India wants to buy fuel from another country. So what if there is no fuel with another country also? Okay, India needs some petroleum. It is micro because we are talking about India. But the availability of petroleum for entire world when we speak about, then it is called as what? Macro. If at world level, okay, international level, when the fuel reserves are not there, when the fuel is not there, then obviously it will be costly affair for the country to get. It is the cost of fuel for the entire nation called as micro now when it is compared to availability of the petrol internationally. So I guess you are getting the point very, very clear. With this example, I can clear few things called as what? Micro and macro. So in a business, okay, definitely there are few factors which will help for a right decision process to achieve its objectives. What are the factors? Micro. And what are the what is the other factor? Macro. Okay, which one is so much relevant, sir? Which one is hugely related? Okay, so which is heart of the business? Micro is the heart of business, which will be supported by remaining variables, remaining factors called as macro. You tell me one thing, when it is heart, which is only part which is working in your body, okay, can you survive? Can you survive? No. So though heart is an important organ, okay, so in addition to heart, there are a lot of other organs which needs to be supporting the body, okay, and hence micro is the heart. Remaining all areas are also really very important for appropriate decision making for the purpose of achieving the objectives of the business called as profit making. Okay, I hope you all get the point very, very clear. Let us now go into the subject, okay, textbook, and then we'll decide. Okay, so whatever we completed till now, I'll show you in the book. Okay, so a detailed discussion will be made. It takes hardly 3 to 4 hours discussion, the first unit itself. Okay, done. Let us go to the material. Okay, what is the chapter name? It is nature and scope of business economics and introduction part. Yes. So what is business all about? I'll highlight few things. Okay, what is business all about? Oh, the first thing itself, it is showing what business is an economic activity be completed. And business likes what? Business may be manufacturing, mining, construction, agriculture, poultry farming, and food processing, banking, insurance, many kinds of business, health, education, transportation, communication, many things are there in business. Okay, each one needs what? Set of inputs and set of output will be obtained. Okay, so for an economic activity, it needs what? Set of inputs converted into set of outputs. Okay, so generally for input we need men. Men is nothing but labor. Material. Okay, material, machines, it is called as what? Capital, in fact. Okay, and management, which is nothing but what? Management, entrepreneur. Okay, so entrepreneurship. See here. So we need what? Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. That is nothing but factors of production. Without these four, we cannot manufacture the goods. By output, we refer goods and services. In goods, we have consumer goods, we have producer goods. Okay, believe me, for the time being, ignore these capital goods, private goods, public goods. Okay, other essential goods, non-merit goods like cigarettes, etc. We'll have a detailed discussion of types of goods in the next chapter. Okay, just here we need to just understand the overview of this topic. Okay, so I completed what is all about business. Let us go. And what is the objective of the business? Is to create the surplus or profit. Even non-profit organization may not aim for private profit, but they aim for what? Social benefits. Okay, in that also we need to do certain decision making, and hence economics is applicable for not for profit organization also. And hence, okay, for example, what doubts can be clarified, or what kind of decisions can we make? What to produce, when to produce, whom to produce, why to produce. Okay, when to raise funds, capital. Okay, so these capital can be used for which product? Okay, there are two products that we are manufacturing. Product one is it is giving more profits, and hence more raw material will be used for product A. Okay, in such way we need to take decisions, right? So very easy topic, that is nothing but what is business all about. Now let us understand what exactly economics is all about. Okay, economics is all about. We'll come to this area. The term economics goes to Greek word oikonomia. Okay, so we'll come to this area. Let us now come to the options. Okay, so it is your birthday. 1,000 rupees as birthday gift. Okay, so options you are having, and all the options you cannot do because you cannot do because you have only 1,000 rupees. If your mother gives you 2,000, then you would have, okay, achieving all the options, doing all the options, but it is which is never possible because you have only 1,000 rupees. Now you are in a dilemma. Which of the above options to be chosen? Now what do? Now you evaluate the options. the option with greater satisfaction, you will choose. Okay, and these kind of options, these kind of scarcity will be there for every individual, every society, every country in this world. Life is like that. Okay, beautiful word called as what? Life is like that. You need to be compromised. Okay, because you have unlimited desires but with limited resources, and hence life is like that only. You need to compromise. Okay, if you ask me what do you want to do, I say many things. I want to be an engineer, I want to be a doctor. Okay, I just want to be in a different professions, but it is not possible because my time is limited. Okay, I can do at a time only one thing. Okay, maybe another thing, but not all the things whatever I aim for I cannot do. Okay, because of what reason? Because of scarcity of time. Okay, so whatever we aim for we may not do. Life is like that only, and hence since we cannot have everything we want with the resources we have, see, we are forever forced to make choices. Beautiful word. Okay, forever forced to make choices only because all the things are not possible. Okay, I hope you're all getting the point very very clear. Okay, and hence the fundamental facts we need to know: human beings have unlimited wants. Okay, my aim is to make 1 crore rupees. Okay, after I achieve 1 crore rupees I aim for 2 crores. After I achieve 2 crores I aim for 10 crores. So what is the thing which is happening here? Human beings are having unlimited wants, but the means to satisfy, okay, if you want to satisfy those unlimited wants, then what is scarce? Okay, the means to satisfy is relatively scarce, and it is the subject matter of the economics. It is the subject matter of what? Economics. So economics is the study of process of, okay, process by which relatively scarce resources are allocated to satisfy the competing unlimited wants. Okay, there are competing unlimited wants. Option number 1, 2, 3, 4, they're competing with each other, but we have only 1000 rupees which needs to be allocated to that particular option which give me more satisfaction. That selection is called as economics. Okay, I hope you're all getting the point very very clear. Okay, see, economics is thus the study of how we work together to transform the scarce resources into goods and services. What is scarce, sir? All the inputs are scarce only: land, labor, capital, entrepreneur. Okay, all these are what? Scarce only, and hence we need to understand economics for the right decision making. Okay, I hope you're all getting the point clear. Okay, let us continue. Let us continue. Yes, so while we make some decisions we face many problems. Okay, so because it is a complex situation while making decision, because it is all future, right? Whatever we do now, it is all future. Say, imagine in 2019 lot of industries they made micro analysis and macro analysis and they started doing business in 2019. Even I started doing business in 2019 itself. Okay, but immediately after 1 year what happened? Okay, COVID came into picture. All the businesses whatever they have done previous, okay, analysis of micro and macro, they imagine something called as achieving profits. But what happened in 2020 and 21? Okay, COVID first wave, second wave, what happened? Everything got collapsed. Only few organizations survived, remaining everyone got closed. So this is what we face the problem in economics, because economics, the study, the analysis, everything we do, but all of a sudden some external factor, environmental issues, many other factors at macro level, okay, it will affect all the organizations in the country, okay, and there will be huge impact on the economy of the country. And hence this is the problem we face. Sometimes, okay, what are the two important concerns? Just now I told you, okay, serious problems we face like COVID. This is one problem. What is another issue what we face? Okay, it's not issue, in fact important concern we need to understand. At one, okay, one way it is having an effect on the business, but another way, okay, when we compare our existing days with, okay, with the regime of 1970 or 1980, is there any change in 2020, whatever the 20th century we are enjoying now? Okay, was it there earlier? No. So we are now witnessing some extraordinary technology, laptops, cameras, mobiles, everything. Okay, everything, everywhere there is technology. Okay, but previously when it was 1900 and 1950, 1960, where we did not have, okay, all this technology. As the technology is also changing, okay, the demand for the goods and services are also getting increased. Okay, lot of new products are launched. Okay, this is one important aspect we need to consider. As the technology is also increasing, the production is also increasing, and people are ready to buy, people are having money to buy. And on the other side, what is happening? The things like COVID, any other viruses, okay, any other economic recession we face. So these are the two things we need to consider when we make the decisions. Okay, and hence it makes it very difficult to take the right decision. Okay, so I hope you're all getting the point. It is all economics, and then we combine both the things called as business economics. Okay, so whatever I discuss now, the two issues. One side it is technology, new raw material we are getting. Okay, different kinds of factories we are starting. Mines are there. It is helpful for the organization. However, on the other side, okay, see on the other side, what is happening? See, there have been periods which output not only failed to grow but also actually declined sharply. Global financial crisis 2007, Corona pandemic 2019. So what is happening? On the one side, what's happening? There is a growth in the business. Okay, new technology. So better education which is there in the society so that labor can work very efficiently, very effectively. Okay, some great engineers, they are ready to produce the goods, invent the technology, everything is there, there is improvement. But on the other side, what is happening? There is a decline because of crisis or because of corona pandemic 2019. I hope you are all getting the point, which is clear. Okay, during such period what will happen? Crisis period, what will happen? Factories workers have remained idle, they sit idle, okay, without any work because of insufficient demand. Okay, this will happen. I guess you're all getting the point clear. And so you can just read this, okay, paragraph, not an issue. And I just want to let you know one thing, all these chapters what I'm reading in the current ICA module, okay, everything got converted into my handwritten notes. Okay, my handwritten notes, it is very much sufficient for examination purpose. Okay, examination purpose. So everything is detailedly given, and number of graphs I have given in that handwritten notes itself. I will be explaining everything from the book, and as and when required I use handwritten material also, which will also be provided to you. Okay, I guess for final examination, if you aim for 80 out of 100, and just refer my book, which is sufficient. Okay, if you need more than that, okay, 75 to 80 marks, if you need more than that, you need to actually follow each and every line of the material, okay, which is given by ICA. Okay, done. See, this is also simple, very general. Okay, I just need to convert that, okay, English to English translation. I just need to make it if I read this paragraph. Okay, a small, okay, paragraph, you can just read it on your own. Let us jump to the next topic called as what? Meaning of business economics. Okay, now economics is all about decision making. When you apply this decision making process on the business, it is called as what? Business economics. So what kind of decisions can be taken? Previously I have already discussed. Okay, so what is the product we need to manufacture, and at what rate we can, what is the cost we need to manufacture, and what rate we need to sell, how much supply we need to make in the, okay, market, which market has to be, have to be chosen to sell, what is the location of the organization which we need to start. Everything will come under what? Economic decision, economic business economics only. Okay, so let us come to, okay, this example, very small example. Mr. Z Ramurthy, okay, Z Ramurthy, who is the CEO of Worldwide Food Limited, on completion of his presentation, turned to his board of directors, raised the question, well, ladies and gentlemen, what you say, shall we go into soft drinks business? There is one company, okay, Worldwide Food Limited. Now the CEO is asking the remaining board of directors, okay, shall we go into the soft drinks business? Okay, so in India, you know, soft drinks business means what? We know only Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Now this Worldwide Food Limited also wants to come into the soft drink business. Okay, okay, then someone from the board of directors, okay, see, give us some time, sir, remarked Swaminathan. Okay, you are asking us to approve a major decision, give us some time. Okay, it is very important decision that we need to take. Okay, I understand your concern for the company, but now the time has come for us to expand of our business. Okay, so Swaminathan asked for some time, but immediately who replied? Ramurthy replied. Okay, what he said? It is the time to expand our business, and soft drinks market is going very fast, very fast. Okay, and it is okay, it is closely related to our core business also. We are into food business only, and hence soft drinks also will come under food business only. Then okay, it is the right time to go into manufacturing of food soft drinks. It is said by Ramurthy. Okay, but another board member said what? The competition from the White Soft Drinks Limited. Imagine Pepsi, Coca-Cola, it is very tough. They are already into business for many years. It is said by another board member. Yes, that is right. Okay, but we must not forget that the statistics show, okay, see, statistics means what? Past numbers. Previously, what happened? That's what statistics. It show there is still some room for the growth in this market, some room, some space to grow in the market. Okay, and food business is almost near the maturity. Okay, and hence we need to start some new thing. Okay, and it is said by Ramurthy. Okay, then someone replied what? Someone replied what? Swati Foods, another person who recently entered into this soft drinks, failed miserably. Okay, failed what? Miserably. Remarked Ashok Agarwal, another board member. So one thing is proposed by the CEO, remaining all people are saying their own views. Okay. Moreover, the projections you are showing are based on last 10 years data. Okay. Whatever you are showing to us is last 10 years data. What is the proof that it will success in future? Okay. What is the basis that you can say it will have success in future? It is asked by remaining people. And what is the guarantee that the trend will continue? He questioned. Also, we should not forget that Indians have become okay health conscious after COVID 2019. Health conscious. Okay. And okay, who knows tomorrow what will people prefer? If they stop consuming cool drinks, what will happen? Okay, when we start by making huge investment to manufacture soft drinks, and everywhere, every people, okay, every person in the country, if they are health conscious and if they fail to, okay, consume this particular soft drinks, what will happen to this industry? What will happen to this particular company, Worldwide Food Limited? Okay, gone. It will be gone. Well, friends, all your concerns are logical, and believe me, I have given much thought to these ifs and buts. My people have spent many days analyzing all available data to arrive at a judgment. Who replied all these things? Ramurthy. Okay, so it is now right time. See, our analysis indicates that strong possibility of earning above average return on investments. Okay, normally the money what we have, if it is invested somewhere, it is fetching me some income, so 10% return. But if you invest in this soft drinks, it is giving you 20% return. Okay, it is better to invest in that particular business called as soft drinks. It is remarked by whom? Ramurthy. We are already working on the details of the production, cost, pricing, distribution, financing, etc. Okay, this is called as what? Taking decision, business decision. What do you notice in this hypothetical example given above? Okay, the management of the company is faced with the problem of decision making. At what price we need to sell? Okay, what is the product we need to manufacture? Everything. Okay, it all comes under what? Business economics. Beautiful example which is given in the book. Okay, now we need to decide what? Land, labor, capital, management. Okay, all this put together we need to observe whether to start the business or not. And we need to take lot of decisions, and all these decisions will come under business economics only. And you believe me or not, okay, all these whatever I discussed till now, these are the questions. Okay, you can read. I already completed this. Okay, see how will the product be placed in the market? Which customer segment I need to focus? Is it the age between 20 to 30 or 60 to 70 or 1 to 10? Okay, which customer base I need to check? Everything will come under business economics only. So simple concept. Okay, see here. See here. Business economics, also referred as managerial economics, refers to integration of the economic theory with the business practice. While the theories of economics provide the tools which will explain, such as demand, supply, cost, price, competition, etc., everything will be okay considered. We make an analysis of the same. Okay, and based on that logic, theory, analytical tools, we take some decisions. See, in brief, it's applied economics that fills the gap between economic theory and the business practice. Okay, business economics is nothing but what? There is some economics, okay, and it needs to be considered to do business. Okay, it is called as business economics. See here, business economics has close connection with the economic theory. Economic theory is nothing but micro as well as macro. And operations research, statistics, mathematics, okay, theory of decision making, everything will come under business economics. Okay, then it is applicable for non-economic organizations also, as they also need to non-profit organizations also, as they also need to take the decisions. Okay, I guess you're all getting the point. Very clear. See, what is the definition of the business economics? Okay, come here. Our approach in this text is to focus on heart of the business economics, which is called as what? Micro. This I completed or not? Yes. Okay, which will involve the behavior of the customers. Okay, the firms in the market, competitive market, non-competitive markets. Okay, our firm, how it is competing with the other firms. It is also an internal issue. Okay, this theory provides managers with the basic framework of making the key business decisions all about the allocation of their firm's scarce resources. Okay, so this is all about what? See, I'll just conclude with some small example. Say, imagine the company is into manufacturing X and Y goods. Okay, X goods, Y. Two types of products are there. Okay, but we have only the labor which can be used either for manufacturing X or manufacturing Y. Now, as a company, we need to decide which good has to be manufactured. Now, as a company, it needs to make some analysis of demand in the market, right? Demand in the market for X goods, Y type. Okay, demand. Okay, if while we compare the demand, we need to observe, okay, who are all the other competitors manufacturing X or Y. Okay, now I came to an understanding that in the market there is no competitor for X. There is no competitor for X. Even when there is some competition, there is only less competition. Okay, and less competition, more demand is there for X goods, and hence my labor can be allocated to manufacture the X goods only rather than Y, because okay, Y the demand is too less. Okay, and even the suppliers are also more, the competition is too high. Okay, and hence the decision has to be taken, okay, to ignore Y to manufacture and to ignore X, to keep manufacturing X. Okay, this is the decision. So with a just a small example I explain. Okay, what is firm scarce resources now? Labor. Okay, that will be allocated now to what? X. So how did I get this conclusion? Demand. Okay, how did I make the analysis of the demand? Okay, demand and supply, because the supply in the market is too high, because the competitors are also there, they are also supplying, and hence the demand comes down. It's all the analysis that we need to make in the process of business economics. Okay, I hope you're all getting the point very clear. Okay, so see here, Zoel Dean defined business economics in terms of use of economic analysis in the formulation of the business policies. Okay, business economics is essential to, okay, essentially a component of applied economics, as it includes application of the selected quantitative techniques, okay, such as linear programming, regression analysis, capital budgeting, break-even analysis, cost analysis. These are the chapter names of CA into financial management. Okay, all these things we need to consider. Okay, so right now it is not so relevant for you to understand linear programming or regression analysis. Later you will be able to understand. In the next chapter, we see demand forecasting methods. Okay, what I just said, demand. Okay, demand can be forecasted using using many theories. Okay, so this is called linear programming, regression analysis, etc. In the next chapter, we'll be able to complete. So now the next area, the economics is a subject matter of what? Micro, macro. Okay, so I already explained what is micro. Okay, micro is study of individual organization. Okay, individuals or organizations. So solely, when I'm talking about only business, it talks about microeconomics. It says what? Microeconomics. I hope you're all getting the point. Okay, when I go forward and see, in other words, okay, the microeconomics examines how the individual units make decisions. How the individual units make the decision. As I already told you, product pricing. Okay, cost. Factor pricing is nothing but what? Cost of the factors. For land, we need to pay rent. Okay, for capital, we need to pay interest. For labor, we need to pay wages. For entrepreneur, we need to pay, the business needs to pay what? Profits. So all this is what? Cost of manufacturing. Okay, cost of doing business. That is called factor pricing. That can be taken by the individual business. It is called as micro. Okay, the economic conditions of the section of the people. I'm talking about only particular people. Okay, whether they are able to buy or not. I'm talking about only particular section. Okay, and behavior of the competitive firms. Okay, how our competitors are selling the goods. If they are reducing the price, okay, we are forced to reduce our price, because when we sell at 100 rupees and the competitor selling the same product at 80 rupees, our customers also go there to buy at 80 rupees. And hence behavior of the firms, how they are dealing with the products, I need to actually follow the behavior of the consumers, competitors. Sometimes it comes under behavior of the firms. Location of the industry, as I already told, it comes under microeconomics. So simple. Okay, so it is considering only the internal, okay, individual business aspects, is called as micro. Okay, I hope you all get the point. Let us come to macro now. Macro. Okay, in the contrast, okay, in the contrast, what is happening? The study of overall economic phenomena, okay, rather than individual parts. Okay, business is an individual, but business is affected by its environment. The study of that environment is called as what? Macro. Macro. See, macroeconomics, we study the behavior of large economic aggregates. Large economic aggregates. Say, for example, in India, okay, lot of unemployment is there. Lot of unemployment is there. People are not able to buy goods. People are not having the income. Okay, now there is an organization called, there is a company called Benz Company, which wants to start its business in India, wants to sell Benz car at 1 crore rupees. Now you imagine, when people are not having the enough money to eat, at least to consume food at least, okay, how people are able to buy this particular car which is luxury in nature? No. Okay, so this is the decision, okay, that needs to be considered by the Benz company. Overall income of the country, okay, overall unemployment rate of the country, okay, overall national income, overall per capita income, okay, for individual, okay, this is all to be considered by whom? Benz company. This all overall things, when it is considered, it is called as macro aggregates or macro factors. I hope you're all getting the point. See here, such as overall levels of output and employment, total consumption in India. Okay, people are not ready to buy. Okay, when people are not ready to buy something, they are not ready to consume. Okay, what is the point of manufacturing by the producers? Not a point. Okay, and hence total saving, total investment. Okay, total investment, it is there across the nation. Okay, if the huge investments are there, huge savings are there, people will be ready to buy. When the savings are there, we have a lot of money. When we have a lot of money, we have that capability to buy. So this is what we are checking. So overall, I'm talking about what? Overall exports, imports of the country, foreign investments. I already told you the one example for this exports and imports, foreign reserves, etc. That example, fuel, best example that I can give. Okay, it analyzes the overall economic environment in which the firms, government, households operate. Okay, to make the decisions. There is some huge environment in this we operate. That huge environment is called macro, and our business, a small tiny business, is called as what? Micro. I hope you're all getting the point. However, it should be kept in mind that this economic environment represents the overall effect of the innumerable decisions made by millions of the different consumers and producers. Small points, easy points. See, fewer areas of macro: national income, general price levels, inflation rate. Okay, so general price level and interest rates. See, I already told you, in India, Benz car, if they start and if they are trying to sell at 1 crore rupees, no one will buy. Recently also, Harley Davidson started their manufacturing, or they collided, or they came into some agreement with the Indian companies to manufacture and sell Harley Davidson vehicles at 2.5 lakhs. Okay, normally Harley Davidson minimum 10 lakh rupees. But what is now happening? They came to the Indian standards, they are manufacturing at 2.5 lakhs. They are selling at 2.5 lakhs in India. Okay, because the general price level which is there in India is only 2.5 lakhs to 3 lakhs. On bikes, they can spend, Indian people can spend maximum of 3 lakh to 3 lakh 50,000 rupees. And hence that company changed its strategy, came into India selling at 2.5 lakhs ex showroom price. I guess you're all getting the point. Then balance of trade and balance of payments. I already told you foreign reserves. Okay, imports and exports, the difference, it is called as balance of trade and balance of payments. Okay, and the external value of the currency. Okay, previously when I was studying CA, okay, $1 used to be 60 rupees. No, now it is almost 80 rupees. What's happening? The value of the currency is getting changed. Okay, consider there is an organization which is dependent upon the raw material which can be imported from the foreign countries. Okay, the cost that we can import slowly day by day it is getting increased because of change in foreign currency rates. Previously, when I was studying, okay, if I want to buy a raw material, I need to pay for per dollar, I need to pay 60 rupees. But how much now I need to pay if I import 80 rupees? So 20 rupees extra I am paying just because of external value. Okay, so to take the decision of the individual business, I need to consider the external value, okay, of the currency, and it is applicable for everyone. It is an aggregate value, okay, and hence it is called as macro. Okay, so believe me, we are going into the subject slowly in deeper. Okay, and overall savings and investment, the level of employment and rate of economic growth, everything will come under macro. So overall things macro, minor things micro. See, business economics is basically concerned with micro and macro. Two things we need to consider because they have important role to play. Macroeconomics analyze the background of the economic conditions of the entire country. So, in an economy means country economy, which will immensely influence the individual function, performance as well as its decisions. Now, one example I have taken, petroleum example. When the entire nation is not having the petrol, okay, how can you start your business doing, okay, the manufacturing of products based on the petroleum to run its machinery? So better you go with electricity. That decision we need to take. Though electricity may be more, okay, costly. We need to take the decision because lack of, okay, petroleum reserves with the country. So these are the decisions, best examples. Okay. Then what comes under, okay, nature of business. That is the next area of discussion. Nature of business. Okay. Let's go and understand nature of business also. Okay. Nature of business economics. Maybe okay, we can have some break. We'll continue after the break, the nature of business economics. Okay, I hope you're all getting the point very, very clear. So whatever it is done, you can just refer the ICA textbook. I'll also be giving you what the handwritten notes in detail. It is sufficient to get 75 to 80 marks in the final examination. Believe me, you are going to score too high marks in economics. I will not leave you, okay, scoring less marks in this subject. It may be economics or it may be law. Okay, so absolute wonderful discussion we are going to make in the next 100 hours. Okay, done. Slowly we'll be able to understand everything. Done. Thank you. Bye bye.